FIGU Contact Report excerpt from the 743rd Contact Report of June 16, 2020. Source FIGU. Zeitzeichen. Page 6. Number 154. This is an unofficial, unauthorized translation and may contain errors.
Thanks. The longer, the more I realize that in the heads of the majority of earthlings of today, by which I mean the majority of all peoples and their rulers, who live stupid and simple-minded into the future and throw off offspring like rabbits en masse, nothing more is to be found that would still correspond to real reality and truth. On the contrary, the skulls of the big earthling are only filled with wild nonsense that is hostile to life, reality and truth, and stupid, childishly ill-considered nonsense, through which a normal healthy person can fall into howling misery when he thinks about this fact. All of this is particularly evident in the majority of the rulers, who somehow seem like mindless sheep that bleat wildly and madly. The majority of them behave like underage children, scrounging around thoughtlessly and trying to outdo themselves and their fellow companions with stupid ideas. This is particularly evident in today's corona era, as the majority of those in power are constantly overwhelmed with new, crazy ideas. Be it with stupid reforms, new laws, ordinances, fines or taxes, etc. About the hard-working citizens exploiting financially and vogging more and more. However, they lack the intelligence and courage to do the right thing against the epidemic with regard to effective security and preventive measures. In addition, and it turns out again and again, these incompetent government earthlings are arrogant and self-absorbed, power-obsessed and high-handed. In fact, there are only a few righteous rulers who are righteous and have the intellect, reason and the ear and welfare of the citizens, but who have no chance against the unrighteous and cannot achieve anything positive. When I think of Switzerland in this regard, I can only name one man in the Federal Council whom I can vote for with regard to his work, as finance minister, and his behavior. In Germany, for example, it is the Prime Minister of the Free State of Bavaria, although there are certainly a few others, but I don't know much or nothing about them. The majority of those in power are concerned only with their own well-being, are incapable of thinking and making valuable decisions themselves, and consequently they take advisers by their side who are just as stupid as they are and who give idiotic advice to those unable to govern. Follow leaders without hesitation. And the hammer is that these advisers, who are paid horrendously with taxpayers' money, have no idea or ability about the governance system, just like the incompetent state power. When I examine all the rulers around the world, there are few righteous capable rulers who are worthy of their office, but who for their good work are overlooked by the bulk of the unworthy unrighteous and their efforts are ruined. Like this, unfortunately, this also happens in Switzerland with regard to our Federal Councilor Maurer, whose effective work with regard to financial management is repeatedly torpedoed and nullified. I also have to mention Putin, who is attacked and vilified not only in his own country by around 25–30% of his own population for his proper governance, but also by Germany and the EU dictatorship, but especially the hegemony addicts of the USA all around the world who lack reason and intelligence. Follow. Unfortunately, this also includes a number of Swiss people who, treacherously at home and in their country, flirt with the idea of driving Switzerland into bondage and enslavement to the EU dictatorship, entirely themes of irresponsible elements in the Federal Council, Council of States and National Council, as well as at least one treason party belong to it. If Putin had not been the strong man in Russia who met the stupidity and the agitation and lust for power of the United States, who play their dirty game with regard to their ambitions to humiliate Russia, to subjugate Russia and to incorporate Russia, then it would have been with us for a long time, crashed into a great war. The prudence and wisdom of Putin, however, who treats the stupidity of the inflammatory attacks of the USA with indulgence, as well as with the unscrupulous propaganda of the EU dictatorship, of Germany and all other enemies of Russia, including those inexperienced stupid Swiss, etc. It is thanks to us that there is still no war, but something like peace between the world powers. Nonetheless, one day Putin may also lose patience, indulgence collapses and his collar bursts. But that would be bad for the USA and all other enemies of Russia and Putin, because ...